Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I'm starting to switch my gear over to my winter gear in my vehicle and a couple other things here. So decided I'd take a few minutes here, kind of show you what I'm going to have in my winter pack this time around. A winter get home or winter bug out bag is always going to be heavier than a summer one because you got extra stuff in there to protect you against the elements, keep you warm. And couple things that I don't have in this pack this time around. I'm not putting a mini Sawyer in this pack, and I'm not putting my little portable gas stove in the pack this time. And there's a couple reasons for that. Mini Sawyers can, if you use them and they freeze, it ruins them. Then they're not any good. So I've decided I was going to go with just water tablets, water purification tablets this time around. And another thing that I'm not carrying this time around is I'm not carrying my little camp stove. I like these little backpack stoves, but sometimes if it's really, really super cold, they don't want to work. We're talking like 0 or below 0. Or if you get a little bit of water or moisture in one of these outdoors backpack stoves, sometimes they'll freeze up and give you all kinds of problems. So I decided I'm not going to include that. I'm just going to do a real robust fire kit, and we're going to call that good. This pack right here is 30 pounds with a quart of water in it, and which is a lot heavier. Like my lightweight bag's only like 13 pounds, so this is more than double that. So it's quite a bit heavier. First thing I got here, I got a saw. I don't. This is my my steel fixed blade saw. I didn't want to go with a folding saw this time around. Folding saws sometimes can bend, kink, or break on you, and I wanted a full fixed blade saw for this. So that's what this guy is right here. And then of course here's my water bottle. You can see it. Pick it up here. There's my water bottle and my my little cup in here. It's a quart water bottle, which goes good with the water purification tablets. You need 2 water purification tablets for a quart of water, and that's what that is. So that is kind of a nice match with that. And over here on this side, I got my mallet. I decided I was going to carry a mallet with me, just because the last couple years I have used my mallets and stuff when we're out camping quite a bit. So I thought, you know what, instead of trying to make one if I need one, I'm just going to carry one of mine that I got here, and I got it tied off with a little piece of bank line here on a little carabiner, so if it would slip out or something, I still got it dangling on here. And then on this side here, I got my my knife and my fire making stuff. Got a little fat wood in there, and got my SE6. My SE6 is a pretty heavy duty, robust knife, so I don't have to worry about really breaking this if I got to beat around on it a little bit. Got my heavy ferro rod attached right to the knife here. Got a little bit more, got a little bank line on the front here, and I got a dangler on this, and that way it'll hang a little bit lower, so when I'm resheathing the knife, it's a little bit easier than when it rides real high on your side. And then I got my fire kit in here. So this is kind of my knife fire making, I guess, pouch. And I got everything in a Ziploc bag here. This little pill bottle's got Vaseline soaked cotton balls in it. Got a couple of lighters there with some more tape on it. And then I got a tin, little survival tin here that I got shredded up fat wood in to go with the other fat wood that I got in there. So gives me some different options for light and fire. See if I can't keep this all in the bag here. Got lights, got my headlamp on the outside here so I could throw that on if I need it. And then of course I got a little keychain light just dangling on here. That way I can use that to look inside the pack if I decide that I want to do that. Top here, that's kind of my sanitation thing. I always keep my sanitation stuff on the top so it's easy to get to. These are some baby wipes and some half a bar soap. Started going with bar soap in these packs because liquid soap is kind of a pain. Gets all over or it freezes, and that's really what switched me over to bar soap. The top here, I got a little small compartment that I got cord in. I got some bank line, got some paracord, got a figure 9 carabiner, and Got a compass. Compass, I think, is most important in a winter pack in case a snow squall blows up. It gets really easy to get turned around if everything, if the wind's blowing and you can't see which way is which, can't identify any landmarks or anything. I think that's why compasses. I'm usually operating within 30 miles of my house, so I know the directions, I know the landmarks, that kind of stuff. So. But if you're out like crossing some water, crossing the ice or something, and a snow squall blows up, you can get turned around really easy. So a compass is kind of important. The back here, I got kind of a back compartment on this. In that, I got a big 55-gallon garbage bag. I believe it's 2 mil. And I carry that. If I want to kneel down and do something and there's snow on the ground or it's wet, I can put that down. Don't have to worry about getting my pants wet because you want to stay dry at all costs. This front pouch here, open this up here. I got some, just some candy, some energy bars, some coffee, some cider mix. Good to have that to mix in with your water. Got an MRE. Sometimes I strip MREs. This one I didn't this time around. I'm not carrying a lot of food in here. Like I said, this would just be for a night or two outside, unexpectedly, if that would happen to come up. But MREs got a lot of, they're really fortified with nutrition. So MREs, I like them kind of better than some of the other I guess hiking food that's out there. And then I got my little accessory pouch here. Got 2 pairs of socks in it. It's the only clothing that I got in this pack here. I got wool socks, and then I got a lighter weight pack or a pair of socks here, more like a work sock. You can see that. Got the lid for that bush pot that's in there. Got 1 set of spare batteries for my headlamp. Got some hand warmers in there. Got some foot powder. Got my knife sharpener, got a pot hanger there, got some medication, and then there's the aqua tabs to purify water, and then I got some Band-Aids, some Neosporin ointment. So this is just basic little accessory pack here, some stuff that would come in handy if I needed it. Like I said, it's I save the weight of this pack more for stuff to keep warm than I did. Sometimes people put a lot of extra stuff in the packs, and you don't need some of that stuff. Every time you go on a little walk or hike or something, you kind of look at what you took with you, what you used, what you didn't use, and kind of evaluate it. Every hike, I'm constantly evaluating my stuff, what I use, what I didn't use, and always adjusting. And actually, you save yourself some pounds that way. Now, I use a military sleep system. It's my favorite outdoor sleeping, I guess, gear. And this outside part here, this is actually the Gore-Tex bivy, so this is waterproof. So I don't have a dry bag inside my pack. A lot of times I'll have a dry bag inside my pack, and I'll have stuff inside the dry bag. But this is basically my dry bag. I stuff my sleeping gear inside the Gore-Tex bivy, and my sleeping gear, see if I can show you here without pulling it too far apart. Is a hammock, just a basic hammock, and then I got the ropes and stuff in here to tie it up. I'm not big on sleeping on the ground. You could certainly carry a pad with this if you wanted to, but if I can get away from sleeping on the ground, I don't want to. Even when you put a pad down over snow or anything like that, when you lay, that snow will melt where your body's making contact. Even with a pad on the ground, it's going to be really, really uncomfortable. I would just as soon be up off the ground if possible, and that's why I got the hammock in here. Of course, sometimes maybe you can't find 2 trees. You're going to have to, improvise depending on what the situation is. Might have to spend the night, maybe in a ditch or something, because if the wind's blowing really, really hard, you got a 25-mile-an-hour wind or something, you might be better off laying on the side of a ditch, being below that wind. You might be better off Maybe you find an old deer blind when you're out and about, and that gives you a little protection right there. So curling up in a chair inside a deer blind, you can wrap this bivy around you, wrap the sleeping bag around you, and you might be more comfortable doing that than you would be laying on the ground with a mat. So just keep those things in mind. You know, it's always, every situation is going to be different. But I got an underquilt. The underquilt is rated for 30 degrees, and I've actually had a lot of good luck with that. It's just kind of one I ordered off Amazon. It's not anything too fancy, but it works good, and it attaches really good to these cheap $20 hammocks. And I have used all this stuff outside in the winter. And then I got my, of course, my black bag here, which is the colder of the two bags that come with the military sleep system. And that's basically the main compartment of my bag, and that's a majority of the weight. But I've spent nights outside with this gear before, and I can attest to it keeps me warm. And even though it's a little bit heavy, I'm going to stick with it. Getting into the clothing that I carry inside the vehicle, I didn't have any hats or gloves in this. That's because I got hats and gloves in my coat inside the vehicle. Right now I'm running a Carhartt raincoat. This Carhartt raincoat is very waterproof, and until it switches over to all snow where we don't get any rain anymore, this is going to ride with me along with, you know, a sweater or a sweatshirt, something like that, whatever I'm wearing. And pockets, you know, the pockets of my coats that I carry in my vehicles will always have hats and gloves in, so I kind of save that space. I don't have to carry extra hats and gloves inside this pack. You know, lived in Michigan my whole life, so I'm kind of dressed for the weather. I'm always pretty much dressed to work outside anyway. Another thing that rides in pockets sometimes is like a schmog or a scarf. I don't carry schmogs in a lot of my packs anymore, but I do like them in the winter because it's basically a face scarf. Carhartts are my favorite kind of go-to coats. But one thing that somebody told me, old timer told me a long time ago when it comes to Carhartts, is the more you wash them, the more the loft in them and stuff deteriorates. So Carhartts are one of those things that you try not to wash unless you absolutely have to, because the more you wash them, the more the insulation gets crunched down. And that's my old Carhartt. That's going to go in at the first part of winter, but then when it gets really super cold, my old heavy black lined one here is going to go in. These are very, very warm, and they're fairly reasonable. You can buy a decent black lined Carhartt coat for $100, $150, and I really think they're kind of the best deal as far as winter coats go. Even I know there's down ones and there's Gore-Tex ones that you can spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on some of those coats, but I've had really good luck with Carhartts, so that's why I kind of just stick with them. Boots. Muck boots here are what's going to go in for the dead of winter in my vehicle. So if I'm in regular shoes or something, or regular work boots, it looks really slushy or something out, I can switch into them, although they're very heavy. So that's always going to be your trade-off when it comes to winter stuff. You know, you're gonna pay for it with the weight. Another thing that I carry kind of supplemental inside the truck too is my Swagman roll here, and this is basically a poncho liner with that you can wear. You could throw that on and, you know, put another coat over top of it, or use it as a supplemental blanket or something like that if you wanted to take that along. So I keep that in the vehicle too. So if I had to, you know, leave my vehicle for whatever reason, got to spend a night or two outside, this is what I got here. Like I said, I'd put my Carhartts on and maybe grab that Swagman roll, put my boots on if I needed it, throw this pack on my back, and take off. But just wanted to share this with you guys. Wanted to show you kind of what my winter pack is. This pack has been a summer pack for me for years. One other thing that this pack's got on it, this pack's got it's stitched all the way across here. So this is actually really, really strong, and I've never had any problems with the straps on this. I've got a couple other bags, duffel bag styles or tube style packs where they're just single straps, but because there's more weight in this, I like that straight sewn across the back there straps. Gives me a little bit more of confidence in this pack. But like I said, all this stuff in here I've used before. Pretty much everything in here has proved itself to me, so it's been a decent pack. But anyway, just want to share this with you guys, kind of show you my winter bug out bag or get home bag that I got here in case I'd have to spend a night or two outside. But anyway, it's Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys get a little information, a little entertainment out of this video. Kind of give you guys some ideas of what I was carrying for the winter this time around. But anyway, you guys take care.